What is up, Sooner Nation? Happy Thursday night. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is. Yep, believe it or not, I'm about 30 seconds early tonight. Amped up for tonight. Can you feel the surge? Sooner fan says hello to the usual suspects who are here tonight and those who are going to be joining us shortly. I've already starred the call-in link because we're going to open the phone lines in about, 5 or 6 minutes probably to start this thing off. But as you all know, look, it's Thursday night. You got round two of the draft going on. What, Germ? Yeah, I started a little early. You got round two of the draft tonight. And, guys, we ended last night's show with a little bit of topic. I think it was Mez that brought it up. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mez. I know you're going to be on here if you're not right now. And it was about the strength and conditioning at the University of Oklahoma and the changes that have apparently been made. Instead of lifting, running in the morning and then lifting in the afternoon, apparently, quote unquote, I don't know why we do quote unquote in America. That means you're not quoting anything, but apparently they are now lifting first and running in the afternoon. Again, I kind of approached Mez last night about, okay, tell me what's different, because he was one who said maybe, they expect some things to be different with all the eyes that have been on the training staff, the strength and conditioning portion of the program, all the injuries that have been, as far as last year and just not been able to rehabilitate well and recover well from those. So, hey, let's kind of get into that. I've got some questions for everyone here, and I don't know what some of these comments even mean, but I've got to ask a question. So let's talk about Jerry Schmidt first. As you guys know, Jerry Schmidt has been a part of 3 national champions, right? Oklahoma, Florida, and Notre Dame, I believe. Now, we've talked a lot about Bill Bedenbaugh's past and how he was a guy who has really, really coached well before. And apparently, I guess he just forgot how to coach. And it's kind of the same with Jerry Schmidt. Did he forget how to run a strength and conditioning program? So I don't think he did. I think the question then is, so what's changed? And maybe it's today's athletes. I don't know. I mean, that's why I want to have a discussion tonight with everyone. They bring in Jonathan Gress as the head trainer at OU this year. You go back and look at his past in New Orleans and where he's been. His primary focus has been on rehabilitation and recovering athletes from injuries, which has been an issue at OU. That there's no question it has been. They haven't recovered well. So I want to talk about that. And I've got a good trivia tonight, okay? Ron, I disagree. How do you win 3 championships, national titles, if you're bad? Guys, I knew bringing this up and even talking about it was going to cause me to get a little fired up. I do not see that Curl has a commitment date. I have not been able to find an actual date, okay? An actual date. Ron, the issue was they had injuries. I'm not blaming it on strength and conditioning. I'm not blaming it on Jerry Schmidt. I'm not doing it. Not going to do it, man. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going there. So you can. I'm just not. So they do have those. Oh, I know what Purple Orca was talking about now. The bra things that they're wearing, the heart monitors, all those things. The fact is there is more technology. There's more nutrition available. There's more breaks than probably they've ever had in the history of football. So why are there more injuries? Somebody help me. More recovery, more breaks, more technology that reads all that and gives you instant feedback. Why are there too many injuries now? And it's not just OU, everyone. That's the biggest issue I have. The people that get on here and claim that it is just OU, that it's just OU who's having issues, you're wrong, okay? You are. I got a good trivia tonight. I'm going to wait till later. It's about Jerry Schmidt because of last night. We brought this up at the very end. Paralysis by analysis. That's it. I love it. And I don't know if we have Jay joining the chat here or Hunter. But Jay says stronger than before, but yes, injuries. So I guess the first question is, did Jerry Schmidt and Bill Bedenbaugh and guys that have won championships before just forget how to do things? What's your take on that, chat? Did they just forget how to run a program? You look in the past. Now, there are coaches who have won championships before and then not had as much success. What's up, Austin? What's up, Braden? Maybe you're getting too many nice kids and not guys that actually – that's – no. Simple term, what is it then, Chester? I'm here. Hey, the phone line's already in there. I'll put it again. Call in right now. Call in before you head to work and tell me what it is. You say it's simple. There's the phone link. Give me a holler and tell me what's so simple about it. Yeah, Jay is going to be on the chat for a little. What's up, Jay? Hope you're enjoying your time away, even though you're not away because you're with us tonight. Phone lines are going to be open. Guys, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com and sign up for the Start of the Month Club. Use code SURGE, get 10% off your first 3 months, okay? Here's Chester's point. Did Mike Stoops forget how to coach defense? The game? Okay, so I hear you, Chester. So what your claim is not that he forgot how to run the strength and conditioning. You're saying it's passed him by. The change in culture, the change in all that, right? That's what you're saying. I think the game has passed people by before. I can buy into that. I'll absolutely buy into that. Okay. If OU doesn't have injuries this year and wins, then this will be put to rest. But that has to happen. It will be. Guys, but the injuries, Jay. So what about all the strength and conditioning of the NBA players that went down in the postseason? Why is no one ripping them? That's my problem. No one is ripping the injury of Tatum, Lillard, Halliburton, or other schools that have injuries, universities and football. Like, it just doesn't happen. But OU, it's Jerry Schmidt. It's the curse of Schmidt. I'm tired of that Schmidt. I'm tired of that Schmidt. Man. John says, I think the players developing isn't where it needs to be. I don't think it's the coach's fault as much as the players maybe don't. Okay, now that's an interesting point, John, because it's a two-way street, but it's also the job of the coaches to motivate them and get them to put the work in. And I don't think BB has a motivation issue. I don't think he has trouble motivating people. I'm not going to buy in that it's work ethic even. Look, I'm waiting on Mez to get on here. And I think did Chester leave? Did he say he had to leave? I got to find that out real. Germ, that was at the end of season, not preseason. Correct. What's preseason? OU a lot of injuries during the season last year. Sorry, I can't buy that. Maybe BB and his staff never stood a chance in an NIL world. Maybe. We're going to find out again. What about another Schmidt, Deacon Schmidt? Yeah, he's a silent commit. He's a silent commit, Jay, according to 918 last night. I think we have Chester on the line. Let me see if I got this right. Chester, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sure can, Chester. How's it going?
I know this isn't the discussion tonight, but I've been seeing a lot of places where 9-3 is not going to get us in the playoffs.
What
even
places?
with this schedule?
What places did you see it?
In the chat, on forums, elsewhere, people are saying you have to win at least be 10-2 to make it. I thought the playoffs expanded to 12.
It did, and last year, look, 10-2 guarantees you. Last year there were 3 9-3 teams that did not get in.
Yeah, but this
From
year
the
with this
SEC.
schedule, don't you think they should automatically get in?
I agree. Look, take South Carolina last year. Weren't they 9-3?
Yeah.
I think they were. If they would have had OU schedule, I think they would have been in.
This is why I want to bring back computers. Takes the human emotion out of it, you know.
I'm actually with you.
Because I'll give you a great example. Let's say we're 9-2 going into the last game of the year, which is LSU at home that we, always lose LSU. We end up losing that game, and it was the last game of the year. The people's going to be like, well, they just lost, so we're not putting them in.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with you, Chester. Now that it's 12 for sure, I would be all for the computer rankings. It's not going to happen.
Well, with all this going around, because you know how my stance is playoffs or they need to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna have to change it a tad bit. If they go 9-3, I don't think they need to be fired because
I'm with
apparently
you.
now that's not a guaranteed playoff berth. Even though everything I've seen preseason, we have the toughest schedule in the nation, correct? Supposedly.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you, Chester. 9-3, I'm considering that a playoff. No one's getting fired at OU at 9-3. It's just not happening.
Yeah. LSU, we gotta beat LSU for once. I think that's gonna make or break playoff run.
Oh, last game of the year.
Yeah, gotta beat them finally.
Got to. So are you? Let's just. I know Jerry Schmidt.
Well, I'm changing my stance on the firing BV if they don't make playoffs. If they go 9-3, then he don't need to get fired because I can already see, because whether you like it or not, Eastern and Western media has always hated OU and Nebraska, so they always had to win by 50. Anyways, go. What are you saying about Schmidt?
Is the Schmidt talk going to be put to rest this year, you think?
No, because, maybe because we haven't had that many injuries yet, right? Just one big one.
What's going to happen, Chester, is if OU goes unscathed, and hopefully I'm speaking this into existence. If OU goes unscathed on the injury front, no one's going to give Jerry Schmidt credit.
That is true.
They're going to all say it's Jonathan Grass.
I get what you're saying. You're right. Yeah.
And no one will say it, but the minute someone gets hurt, it's going to be Schmidt's fault.
I think Schmidt's a great coach. I know a lot of people don't think he's a coach, but he does a lot of coaching. But my problem with him has always been we get some ridiculous injuries to star players, and I'm not talking during games. People are gonna get hurt in a game. It's a violent sport. You get hurt at work. I mean, that's gonna happen. My issues has always been Jermaine Gresham injured out the whole year, the day before football season starts. DeMarco Murray, when he's a true freshman, tore his first ACL. That was back in 2006. So he didn't imagine 2006 if Murray doesn't get hurt after AD goes down.
Oh, it'd be unreal.
They would have been actually, we still did well in 2006, even without
DeMarco was one of my favorite Sooners of all time watching.
Mine too. My favorite all time will always be Mike Gaddis. I
love Mike Gaddis.
I was younger, and he was kind of a hero.
Actually taught his nephew in school. I did.
Yeah, but Murray was such a. That's the point I want to bring up. I see a lot of guys in chat. They keep hyping up Kevin Wilson. I'm on the other side of that. I think he's overrated. Yeah, I know that offense in 07 and 08 was amazing, but you had DeMarco Murray and Jermaine Gresham on those teams. I don't care who you are, you're going to have an amazing offense. And think about what happened after Murray went down. We lose to Florida, right?
Oh, exactly. That's
all Wilson had to do, if y'all don't remember that game, just rewatch it. All he had to do was just feed Gresham. Gresham was killing them.
Yeah.
Gresham. And if he fed Gresham, we win our 8th natty, and he might be the greatest tight end in OU history over Keith Jackson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Gresham was just a flat out beast out there. Hey, and you know what? People want about Kevin Wilson. I'm all about getting people on the right seat in the bus. And I think the role he's in right now is great for Kevin Wilson.
Yeah, that's a good role. But if people are saying, well, he'll help Arbuckle, I don't want him to help Arbuckle. I want Arbuckle to do his job.
I agree. I just want him to be an extra set of eyes and take something off BV's plate. That's really all I want him in there.
Yeah, just let the young guys that are proving themselves, because apparently he's a real hot commodity, let him do his job. If he
I
doesn't
agree.
do his job, then we can criticize next year.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
I think
thanks,
he's our
Chester.
next head coach. Last thing, I think he's our next head coach. I think what happens, we end up in the playoffs this year, and then the year after that, we have a down season where we should be better, and they let him go, and then they promote Arbuckle to head coach. My only concern is if BV ever does let go, I don't want to lose Todd Bates. So I
Yeah.
hope they
Look,
promote Bates to
if they make the
DC.
playoff this year, there's no world where he's not going to be the coach if he has one bad year. If they go to the playoffs,
Yeah,
I think they're going to continue it on. So
I really think I don't know how great Arbuckle's going to be, but I think Todd Bates is the most important coach we've had since I guess a Cale Gundy. Because Gundy could recruit. He did well at any position he was assigned to
he
as a
did.
coach.
Yeah.
Todd Bates, though, we can't let Bates go. Give him all the money he asked for. Y'all have fun. Boomer Sooner for life.
Hey, appreciate it, Chester. We're going to get to Colin. We're going to get to Colin next, but first, let me read Mez's comment. Who, by the way, Mez last night brought this up, and that's kind of why we're having this discussion tonight. Mez said this is per Brandon Drum of OU Insider. OU had a third-party evaluation on injuries and recovery. Strength and conditioning was informed to flip the morning and afternoon schedules. Recommended change: morning is weight training, afternoon running. Now, Mez, I see that, and that's kind of what you mentioned last night. I'm just saying, if that's gonna stop injuries, I mean, it's a change, yes, but to me, that's not saying, well, this is gonna fix everything. And to me, that's not an issue with Schmidt. That's just that they're going to switch it up a little bit and change it up. I don't know that means Schmidt was doing something wrong and was the cause of the injuries. Is all my point. Yes, there are more injuries. I get that though. Let's get to Colin. What's up, Colin?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Sure can.
I haven't tuned in much, so decided to call in to see what you guys were talking about.
Well, we're talking a little bit about Schmidt because we brought this up at the tail end of the live last night, and just about the changes that they're doing on campus with the strength and conditioning. Because Mez also says that per Brandon Drum, morning running didn't allow for proper recovery for afternoon weight training. I don't want to comment too much on that because I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't see how running has a whole lot to do with weight training because cardio is different than strength training. But yeah, what's on your mind tonight, Colin?
Nothing much. Just looking forward to football season and just thinking about what you were just saying. I agree. Like it doesn't make sense like running before weightlifting or vice versa. I would think maybe like working out and then running may be worse because you're like after you work out, you're supposed to like recover and not go run sprints.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter if I run 2 miles in the morning. That has nothing to do with my upper body.
Yeah.
Now it could have to do with my legs, but either way, it's cardio. It's not. Now I guess what they're running on is a big deal. So, Meds, if you could find out, I'd love to know: are they running on asphalt, or are they running on turf, or are they running on crushed gravel? Because there's a big difference on the blow to your shin and shin splints. That's a big deal. So I would like to know that.
Yeah, but I think we'll definitely be better going into next season. I think O-line's gonna play its part.
Got to get the
Well,
Gibsons back.
yeah. Have we heard anything about when they can? Because I know BV said like a few months ago saying like Michigan game, like possibly. But that's the thing is you don't want to rush the injury because I know we're past NBA and focusing on OU, but that's kind of what happened with Halliburton is he kind of rushed back from an injury and now has to sit out a whole year
Right.
next year because he didn't take the full time.
Yeah, that you got to be careful with it. But they brought in Jonathan Gress, which is a change in the training staff, and that was his primary role was rehabilitation and recovery. So hopefully that part, they're not going to rush anyone back. Now listen, anyone who thinks OU rushed people back last year, wrong. They didn't even bring anyone back hardly.
Yeah. I still remember the LSU game reacting to that when Garrett Nussmeier went down, and we were like, okay, he could be hurt, and then like 2 plays later, he's already back in, and it's like,
Yeah,
would be nice if that happened with OU, but yeah,
that would be.
I think 9 or 10 wins is a possibility if we just stay healthy, because of course offense. I think people are still sleeping on what Jaden Ott's going to bring as a dual threat to John Mateer. And then if the healthy receivers come out and stay healthy, I think we'll be good there. And then I think our defense could be the best. At least D line's going to be the
Well,
best we've had in a while,
it should,
which
and if
will be
it's
able to help the secondary. He's on the weaker end of like talent. Not
well,
saying we don't have talent over there,
if
but they'll
if
just
the
be able to
secondary is the
disrupt.
weakest, if the secondary is the weakest part, and the D line is your strength, then the secondary will automatically be helped out.
But my question, I guess, now is like, can a defense work on just being your defensive line being your strong suit?
Absolutely, that's exactly what you need. Because if you put pressure on the quarterback, you don't have to cover in the back end very long.
Yeah, because wasn't that our problem? Like past years is where our defensive line won't be able to. They just gave the QB way too much time to figure out an open receiver, just take off.
Exactly, because then you're having to cover people for 6 to 8 seconds, and it just even the best corners cannot do that.
Yeah.
So,
Who do you have in rotation right now? Like, who's your 2 deep? Has it
on
like changed
corner,
any, or defensive line? Because
I
are
got
you
eight
still
guys. I
having
got
Jones
8 guys on the
Jr.?
D line. I don't care which order they play. Honestly, on
Yeah.
the edge, you got R. Mason Thomas, PJ Adebawore, Marvin Jones Jr., and Danny Okoye.
Yeah.
Those 4 are going to be rotating in. In the middle part of the line, you're going to have Halton, Dominic Williams, Stone, Jackson. Those 4.
Before I go, I'm going to leave you off with the name who I think can rise on the depth chart and possibly get a few snaps here and there, maybe in like garbage time or not probably important time.
Who's
But
that?
Taylor Wine,
I agree. He's going to get some
I
minutes.
think he's really developed and done good. Same with like Danny Okoye. I think he can
Yeah.
garbage time get in there, be a disruptor. But we've already said it like a few months ago. Like this has to be the year PJ Adebawore steps up, because I mean he was a 5-star
We've said
coming
it for a
in.
while.
Do you expect it?
No, I'm not
Or
going to say I expect it until I see it. But I would love it, and it needs to happen, but I can't say I expect it.
yeah.
So, hey, good talk, Colin.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I wanted to get to Mez's other point, and I see John's. First, Randy says, were you surprised still rated the OU line? Yeah, I actually was shocked. I was thinking 3, 4, 1. They have to be including Kendall Daniels as kind of that rotational linebacker piece, even though he's going to be cheated. They're considering that as part of it. They must be. Mez also talked about the 2 meals between morning and afternoon workouts, and that rest recovery is not an option. It's everyone's got to do it, and that's good. I mean, amen. Yeah, take your time off. You need to. You can't overdo it. I just don't think the injuries are because of overdoing it. I think they're just trying to be really precautionary on everything, but I can't sit here and say they were overdoing it. Maybe during the season, we've heard that they were going pretty hard during the season, but this is off season. This is actually when you're supposed to be going hard. So if they took it lightly during the season, fine. But right now, you should be going pretty hard. And I think they are. Deacon Schmidt is a must. Commits on Saturday. It commits on Saturday, question mark. I don't know, but 918 said he was a silent. So that's good news. That is good news. Playoffs, or it is a complete failure. Yep. Devin, are you related to Phil Steele? Just curious, since we were talking about Phil Steele. I've got a trivia right now. I don't know if Dow Poets is on there. Daniel says summer is the hardest time of the year. Fall's the most relaxed. That's the way it should be. And again, Daniel, I know Mez put in there what Brandon Drum said they're doing, which is they're switching the lifting and the running. But I don't know, outside of that, what all they're doing, except they brought in some different people, especially for the recovery part of it. Ron, I've seen this 7 times now. I get your take. Giovanni may be able to get a shoe on by Texas. Ooh, I think he'll be playing for sure by Texas, but we'll see. So 7-5, we all agree. Fire, yeah, obviously you would. You'd have to. Dude, I've deleted so many comments tonight. I'm just gonna keep deleting them. So hey, bring it. I'm gonna keep deleting them, Bevo. Just Mez says, Drum said, David Stone said the new schedule allowed for him to put on 310 pounds and keep it on. Again, Mez, I totally understand what you're saying, except I'm misunderstanding something. There is zero chance that just flipping when they ran is allowing David Stone to keep on weight. Maybe it's because of the nutrition, yes. I don't think it's just a result of, well, we're lifting in the afternoon now, running in the morning, and we flipped it. That does not. I think it's more about the nutrition and about some other things. That's just my opinion. Donald says, if you fire BV, where do you go from there? Another reboot? Yeah, that's the question. And Donald, the hope is you don't fire BV, because I've got a minimum 8-4 this year. I think they're going 9-3 or better. I think they're going to be a playoff team. So that's where I got them. I think Bevo's trying to see how many comments I can actually delete. Hey, trivia tonight. We're talking about Jerry Schmidt. Jerry Schmidt has won 3 national championships, okay, as part of a strength and conditioning program. Obviously, he won the one in 2000 at the University of Oklahoma, OU's last national championship. He won one at Florida, and he won one at Notre Dame. Now, question for you. He has he's been in the program with seven Heisman Trophy winners, okay? 4 of those are OU. Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Sam Bradford, Jason White. Here's your trivia. Name the other 3 Heisman winners that Jerry Schmidt has coached. You got to name all 3. You can't name one and get a point. You name all 3, you get the point, okay? All 3, you get the point. And Mez said something, so I've got to go back and see what he said. Sorry, let me find it. While you guys are trying to get the answer, the players see improved results with the schedule according to Drum. Oh, I know you're only posting Drum's thing. I'm just saying, I've also been around like, I don't understand if I run in the morning or lift. Like, there's more to it than that is all I'm saying. There's more to it. That is not the secret sauce, magic formula. Guys, let's just flip when we run and lift, and we'll have tons of results. That's all I'm saying. Have we got anyone with the trivia answer yet? Let's see. I don't see anyone with the trivia answer. Now, Cody says you will lose more water weight and fat running in the heat of the day because of the thermal effect. To me, that would mean you're going to lose a little bit of weight, or at least some fat. Yeah. You're talking about because of the heat. Now, nowadays, I mean, you can wear all kinds of things to kind of keep the heat in, too. Warfel is 1. Devin, it's not Jenna Ortega, Sydney Sweeney. Nope, you're wrong. Nice try, though. Yeah, Schmidt was at Notre Dame. Yeah. There it is. There's 2. John, I'm not going to tell you which ones you got. You got all 3 of them, actually. You got all 3. It's Tim Brown, Danny Warfel, and Barry Sanders at OSU. John Ritchie, trivia winner tonight. Tim Brown, Danny Warfel, and there it is, Barry Sanders. Now, I thought about Manziel too, Samurai, but I don't think Manziel was there. I don't think Schmidt was there at Manziel's time. I could be wrong. So correct me if I am. Someone do some Google search and figure it out. So, yeah. Hey, who besides – so we're already at 30 minutes on this thing tonight, which is kind of where we've been in it. But let's keep going a little bit. So Jerry Schmidt, 3 national championships. Can you guys think of other coaches or players, not players, but program people who had been a part of that many national championships and then people just lose their mind that they've been passed by in the game? Let's see this. Remember Duke Robinson? Yeah, Schmidt. Oh, Jeremy. Stalker McDougal. I went to the spring game where they came to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Stalker McDougal's helmet was about 2 feet above everyone else's. Now, Daniel, who played at OU, so he would know, he said he's glad they've altered the workouts. Now, it says our summer workouts from start to finish. Warm up. Next, we do some cardio-based workouts. Go in and left. Then we ended with conditioning. Now, Daniel, you're saying all that's together, though, correct? Last year, OU ran in the morning, lifted in the afternoon. It wasn't all together. This year, they're lifting in the morning, running in the afternoon. And, Daniel, I'd probably say it's safe to say that last year, even the year before, like everyone is just resting more than what you did back in those days because, and this is kind of the lay of the land now. People rest recovery is a big deal. I mean, you think of all the things they haven't, like when I was in school, they didn't even have foam rollers. I mean, now everyone's on a foam roller in an ice bath in some hyperbaric chambers. I mean, we go on and on, okay, about it. So, hey, Bevo, don't mess with me. I'm giving you one chance before I ban you from the channel, okay? I'm just saying it. Stop using the BLOU. Stop it. I've deleted 10 of your comments. The next time, I'm banning you from the channel. And I don't do that. It's not something I do. I'm just sick of seeing that in the chat. So, hey. And, yeah, so Daniel says he's glad that they've changed it up. Regardless of what they do, some injuries are going to happen. It just is. And if there's injuries this year, what are people going to say? You know, what are they going to say? I see people chanting now, daring me to do it. I gave you one chance, Bevo, so you better not say BLOU. I know what you're putting on there. I'm not having that in the chat for people to see, mainly because I think it's ridiculous for you to say it. What's really ridiculous is that you're on an OU channel every single night. It's pretty weak of you. It's not autocorrect, buddy. It's not autocorrect. The toughness of workouts right now, would you say high-intensity training is a lot of it? Because, you know, you don't see – you look at injuries that OU had last year, and I know people want to bring up soft tissue injuries, and people want to bring up some other things. People want to bring up the training staff. I mean, last year, Nick Anderson played. Andrew Anthony came back barely and just wasn't the same. Obviously, he didn't look like he was ready to come back. He just didn't look like he was ready to say. Okay? Ready to play. Nick Anderson is the one that always in my head. I don't understand that part of it. I thought he was ready, but obviously he wasn't. So, but you go back in time. I mean, Rodney Anderson was a guy who battled injuries. A lot of OU players has battled injuries in the past. And guys, I've been around athletes. Some players are just prone to injury more. That's just the way it is. And it's not luck of the draw. It has to do with, could be bones. It could be prior injuries or stress that's been on your body. So, yeah. Look, Mez, I'm glad you brought it up because I am excited that there's change. Now, don't take that incorrectly. It does not mean that I think everything was haywire last year in the strength and conditioning and medical staff. I just don't. I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit that it was haywire. I just think they looked at some things and what they did. Again, everyone needs to understand they did not fire anyone from the medical staff. They brought more people in. So it sounds like the weakness was maybe not enough eyes. More eyes on what. And I'm just going to I'm going to use this as an analogy, okay? And Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't even know if I should go there, but I'm going to because I think it's a good one. Everyone knows our dad's really, really going through some things. Everyone, and I know you didn't, Mez. I know you didn't. That's not why we're doing it. Our dad's been going through things. He's at an assisted living. We brought in hospice, okay? We brought in hospice. But in talking with the case manager, it's not that the assisted living is doing anything wrong. They're not. It's just needs more care and eyes. Needs more eyes, needs more care. Focused. That's, I think, what OU football did with the medical staff. It wasn't that people were doing something wrong at all. I don't think that's it at all. They just need more people in there. It's a lot. It's a lot, guys. That is a lot to deal with recovery, rehab, and then you've got to be there one-on-one, making sure players are doing what they're supposed to do all the time. It is a long-hour job on what you have to do. Med says OU hired a new head trainer. That's Jonathan Gress, and new assistant in charge of recovery. Those are two big. Absolutely, they are. And like I said, Med, they're bringing more people in and giving specific roles. One in a supervisory role, and the other one who's specifically in recovery. I love it. I love it, Mez. Absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys saw Caleb Williams. I thought it was yesterday, but it may have been on my feed later, but it may have been from earlier about Caleb Williams really talking about how upset he was that he didn't start over Spencer Rattler when he got here immediately. I think it's just funny. Yeah, Oklahoma softball, real deal, Mars Jam 2. Hey, guys, this has been fun tonight. Guys, give me some kudos for that trivia. I thought it was pretty good tonight. You know, I'm not the trivia guy, but I'm doing my best here with Jagon. If OU gets the offense going, that's the key because I think the defense is going to be there. Man, I can't speak. I think the defense is going to be there. Injuries, conditioning, all those things, kind of what we talked about tonight. But, guys, Jake Cruel needs to announce soon that he's a Sooner. I think it's going to happen. I've surge protected it. I think he's going to be a Sooner. I saw some more tape on him. Like, geez, Louise, you got to get him on campus. You got to get him on campus. So Deacon Schmidt maybe as well. That's 2 commits. There's another guy. I can't pronounce Eberhardt. Is that it? Maybe I'm mispronouncing it. Could be this weekend. So lots of good news, I think, coming the Sooners' way. Good chat tonight, everyone. Thanks for bringing that up last night, Mez. I appreciate it. It's a good talking point. Thanks to the callers tonight of Chester and Colin. Please check out the Fan Stop, but at least give us a like. But check out the Fan Stop and sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. You won't be disappointed. It's a new shirt each and every month. Different design. All great shirts. They fit great. Do it tonight. Hey, cannot wait for tomorrow night. I'll be traveling to Texas, but I'm going to Texas, Bevo, but I'll be on the live still. So, hey, we'll have it tomorrow night. Can't wait. Maybe this is what we start with tomorrow night. John's going to give us the topic for tomorrow night. John, what's your ranking? Key games or OU to win a chance? Here's the topic for tomorrow. There it is right there. Take a screenshot of it. Remember that. What is your ranking of key games? Let's just go top 5. Top 5 key games next year for OU to win for OU to have a chance at the playoffs. Do it for tomorrow. Cannot wait. We'll see you tomorrow. Hit the like, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one, Sooner Nation.